dropping books everywhere. This thumbnail is not going to work. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I feel Miley Cyrus inspired today, or Princess Leia, even though that's a bit weird, or I just felt like being Asian. So this is something new. Anyways, today I'm doing my July wrap-up, which was actually a pretty successful month, and I think I have to thank the Booktubeathon for that. If you guys didn't know, I was participating in the Booktubeathon, which is a week-long readathon that Area Percent hosts along with a couple of other YouTubers, and I managed to smash through 7 books in 7 days. But before we get into that, I shall show you the 2 books that I read before that. So before that readathon, I was actually doing the Yearathon readathon as well, and that's a sort of yearly thing where each month you read for a week according to a topic, and this month's topic was classics. So I ended up finishing The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux, or something like that. My dad's talking to me. Anyways, and I liked it. It did get a little bit dull sometimes, and I was sort of zoning out. I mean, it is my favourite musical, my favourite film to watch. I think it does sort of translate better on screen than as a book, but I still liked it, and I'm pretty sure I gave it a 4 out of 5. And then I went on to read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, which I absolutely loved. This is a classic that I cannot believe I did not read until now, but then again I appreciate it a lot better. It was so funny, so sweet, and I just couldn't, like, oh my god, it was so good. I gave it a 5 out of 5, and I would highly recommend that you guys read this if you guys haven't read a lot of classics, or if you guys are into reading classics and haven't read it yet, because it is so good. Cool, now we've got on to the Booktubeathon bit, and I actually have a whole video about my wrap up and what I thought about it, but I'm going to quickly show you guys. So I finished the series, the Mateo Alacrine series by Nancy Farmer, book 1, The House of the Scorpion, and book 2, The Lord of Opium, and I've done a review for it. Overall, I'm pretty sure I gave this series a 4.5 or a 5 out of 5 stars because it was really good sci-fi. But definitely click the books for my review, or there'll be a link to it down below. And then I read Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler, which is a sort of love story, and I liked it. I didn't fully appreciate it, probably because I've never experienced love before, and I gave this a 3 out of 5. It was originally 3.5, but I brought it down to a 3, even though it's got really beautiful writing, but I just felt like it was a decent read. Next up is Guilt by Catherine Longshore, which is historical fiction set during the Tudor times, and it's a story about Catherine Howard, and I gave this a 4 out of 5. And then we have The Tale of Despereaux by Kate DiCamillo, which is a short middle grade novel about a rat a mouse who becomes a hero, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was the cutest read ever, and it has such a great meaning to it, so I gave it a 4 out of 5. Coming up to my last 2, and the next one is In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters, and I'm not going to say much because I will be coming out with a review for this. This was one of my favourite novels to read during the Booktubeathon. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's sort of psychological thriller slash like paranormal. It's really good. And lastly, we have We Were Lies by E. Lockhart, which I'm pretty sure is not an unfamiliar book to a lot of people on BookTube. It's something I don't want to explain because you definitely have to read it not knowing what's going on. But I do have a written review for it on my blog, and I'll leave a link to it down below, so go check it out. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. And then the last book for the month that I read is A Clash of Kings by George R. R. Martin, which is the second book in the A Song of Ice and Fire series, or like, you know, a lot of people know it as the Game of Thrones. And I really enjoyed this one. I think I enjoyed it a lot better than the second one, even though I still felt there was some irrelevant characters, and sometimes we didn't get to the meaty parts of the story because there were so many perspectives that sometimes we were just told by a third-hand character instead of being right there when it actually happened. But I'm really excited to continue on with the series. I did read it faster than I read the first one. I'm hoping it's gonna go into the right direction. Right now there's a lot of conflict and a lot of angst, and I really hate some of the characters, but you know, I'm just hoping the third books will be good. and I gave this a 4.5 out of 5. Alright, that's that for my wrap up. Do leave a comment down below telling me if you guys have read any of the books that I have, and if you enjoyed it or not, and what you are planning to read for next month, or how you went in July, you know, anything. And I shall see you guys next week with another video. Bye guys!